Angelita, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Let me see. All right. We got everything going. It looks like everything is running. All right. So we're going to get into the questions. So I'm not trying to ignore you guys. Okay. So if I don't pay attention to your comment, it's not because I'm avoiding you guys. All right. First question. I smashed and I didn't go back because we went at it for 4 hours and never finished. And then he asked for $20 the next day. Like the audacity to go for 4 hours and not even finish. And then he has the nerve to ask for a $20. Like he did some, hey, can I get $20? You know, can you spot me $20? Absolutely not. And I don't understand how some of these guys have the audacity to ask something like that. I would never be able to ask a girl for money like that. That's just weird. Amanda, thank you for the gifts. I see you, girl. He needed Viagra. He needed something. I don't know what he needed because not only did he go 4 hours, he needed a $20 loan the next day, which is crazy. He needed 20 for gas money. That's probably true. That's probably why he wanted the 20. He's like, well, I gave her the time of her life. Let me get my money back for gas money. I don't even like to ask guys for money, not even my own father. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how some of these guys can do it. Like, just so easily be like, yo, can you spot me 20? You know? So, all right. Let me, next question. I've had a sneaky link for 3 years. We were both hooking up on the side in our relationships, and now we're both single, but he doesn't want anything serious, and I low-key caught feelings. Every time we're together, it's a new experience, both sexually and emotionally. I don't know what to do. See, that goes to show you that he was just there to hook up. That's all he was there for. He wasn't there to get to know you. He wasn't there to be in a relationship with you, and you were giving him the cookie while he was in a relationship. That's why he was there. And now that you guys are both single, clearly you can tell his intentions because he doesn't want anything to do with you now. Like, oh, I'm single now. I can go and get whatever girl that I want. Like, I don't have to like hide from my girl or tell people, hey, like it's okay if we cheat. See, but if you caught feelings, it's time to cut him off, because if you expressed how you felt towards him and you got nothing from it, you're not going to get anything, girl. You know what I mean? Like, he clearly doesn't want anything to do with you like that. So stay in your lane, not his. Ali, ¿cómo estás? How are you? That's why sneaky links are dangerous. Absolutely. And especially if you're in a relationship, you know, clearly you got to see that he's in a relationship, she was in a relationship, and now they're both single and he wants nothing to do with her. He was just there to hook up. That's why he was there. Joanne, hello from Las Vegas. What's up, girl? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? All right, next question. Why does my boyfriend take forever to? Sometimes he can't at all. It's such a turnoff, but my ex casi algo used to in 5 minutes. How do I tell my boyfriend that's not normal without hurting his feelings? And I know he's not cheating on me. I feel like it's a health issue. Help. Now, this could be, I mean, it could be a health issue, but I'm not 100% positive on that. It sounds more of that he watches a lot of online videos, or yes, that dolphin dandruff, Rome daycare, that dolphin dandruff, or he watches a lot of online videos, so it takes him forever to finish. Because if he's addicted to these videos online, then guess what? It's gonna, like, real life is not the same for him. Or he's on that dolphin dandruff, you know what I mean? And so he can't really, you know, finish. But again, like Bell's Beauty says, a lot of factors play into that. It's not one necessarily. But this is, if it bugs you, this is where and especially if he's your boyfriend, ask him. Be like, why is it that you can't, you know, like you never finish? Like, it makes me feel a type of way. Never be afraid to express your feelings. Because I even talked about it on today's podcast episode. Some people are too understanding. They'll be like, oh, it's fine. It's because he's going through some things. Just because they don't want to bring up certain topics, talk about certain things that bug them. So they'll be too understanding, won't say anything, or just give it some sort of excuse. So that's why, like, if they don't finish and it's a problem for you, you need to bring it up. You need to talk to them, especially if this is your boyfriend. Enjoy the extra time, gives you a chance to finish more unless you don't want to. That's true too, but Angelita, the thing is, do you have the sniffles? Yes, I do. I think my little brother got me sick. He came with a cold and he left me with the cold and he went back home. The thing is, some girls, if you don't finish, it feels like it's like they feel like it's them, right? There was this video that some girl made and she said that, hey, she's putting in all this work for a guy to do that and they don't do it. It makes them feel a type of way. It makes them feel like maybe they're the issue or they don't find them attractive. A lot of things go through like people's heads, insecurities, and it's normal. We're human. Things like that happen. So that's why I get what her frustration is, because she wants him to she wants to feel like she's also pleasing him, if that makes sense. Nice shirt. Hey, Harry Potter. Like to share with his big brother. I know, freaking Diego. I feel like he got me sick and he just dipped out. Ellie, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right, next question. I'm so in love with a married guy. Oh my. Okay. I'm so in love with a married guy. There's such a click. He just don't want to let me go. I gave boundaries because my ex cheated on me, and I just don't want the same drama for his wife. I think he's really unhappy in his marriage and likes me a lot, but is staying for the kids. What should I do? Oh, he's not staying he's staying because he doesn't want to leave her. He's staying because his wife probably doesn't even know about you, and he can tell you that he cares for you more, he loves you more, that you're the one for him. But if you really were the one for him, if he really cared for you more, he would have been left his wife for you. Not just, oh, I have to stay for the kids. He's staying, that's his excuse to stay. Like I said, his wife probably doesn't even know about you, okay? And so he doesn't want to obviously leave his wife. There was this thing that said, most of the times, the guy never leaves the relationship. It's the girl that ends up leaving it when they take off, right? Because you've seen it. The guy will cheat on the girl wants to break up, they'll try to fix it, and then they go back with the original person, right? It's only when the girl has been fed up and she's like, all right, I'm out, fuck this shit, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, I'm saying most of the time, a guy doesn't leave until the woman leaves him. So even then, they still try to fix it. Let's get married. Let me buy you some jewelry, like so on and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. Does this guy have any intentions on leaving his wife for you? No. It's better just to move on, forget about it. And I like how you said that your ex cheated on you, but what do you think is going on with you talking to this person, or if you're hooking up with this person? What are you doing? Like, you're literally doing what somebody did to you. So imagine how that lady is gonna feel, how the wife is going to feel. Like, have you ever thought of that? So like that's why I was like, how are you gonna be like, oh, this happened to me, but yet you're doing it to somebody else? So imagine how you felt. This is what you're doing to them. Even though she doesn't know. Behind the back is worse. So I saw you the other night at Pemberton downtown. You should have said, what's up? I was there. That's so true. But yes, Pemberton, we were there. It was a lot of fun there. Let me just tell you this. Millennials are a vibe. Even if he leaves, guess the position just opened up. Exactly. I say that all the time. If he does leave his wife, guess what position just opened up? If you become the main piece, the side piece is open. Because if he did it to her, this woman that he said that he loved, he married, he got with, she was his world, his queen, and ended up cheating on her, what do you think he's going to do to you? Because he's going to tell you the same old things, and then guess what? You're going to be, like, there's going to be another side piece. Thank you. It must have not hurt enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like, that little that little part stuck out to me. You know, your ex cheated on you, but then now you're causing that type of damage to somebody else's relationship. You know, kind of, you know. All right, next question. So why is it that men like been together 6 years, 2 kids, and it's a fight over it? He's always sneaking around to watch it at work. Even when he watches it. Says for no reason, but I feel like there is a reason. Oh, okay, so he's addicted to these online videos. Now, I've said it before. If they watch these online videos and it doesn't affect your guys' intimacy or your relationship, cool. Let him watch them, right? Maybe it's gonna help your guys' relationship intimacy. But when it's a problem like this, where they're choosing the videos over you, that's a problem. If he has to sneak off and do something like that, if he has to sneak off to message somebody, if he has to sneak off to watch a video, if he has to sneak off to do something that he can't do in front of you, it's already a problem, right? And that's just gonna lead to a bigger and bigger problem, because think about this. He's already choosing these videos over you. I don't know if it's affecting your guys' intimacy, but it's already like affecting your guys' relationship, because you've noticed him that he chooses to watch this. He did like all the time. That's a problem, right? And I get it. You have 2 kids, but you said that he's always sneaking around, watching it at work, and when you guys fight, that's another thing that I said on there. He watches it. He finds any little excuse to watch it. This is a problem. And when they're addicted to these videos, there's nothing you can do or say that's gonna change the way he sees these videos. So he has to honestly go and get help. You know, especially being addicted to this. The only thing you could do that probably help him or push him in the right direction is saying, like, if this behavior doesn't change, you're leaving. He might be like, fuck, I don't want to lose my girl. I don't want to lose my wife. Let me go try to get my shit fixed, right? Personally, I don't get it. Why does a guy rather watch and uses his right or left hand instead of being inside his... I think it comes down to that some of these girls are... It depends on their search history, right? What if they're looking up certain things like, oh, I love it when this, I love it when this, I love this. And, you know, it could be that, like his fetishes, you know, so they get addicted to these online videos because they're addicted to these fetishes, right? But it's a bunch of different reasons. I've never been like, oh, let me watch these videos. I need to watch these videos. I'm more like, why would somebody watch these videos, which they look overly acted, right? Than doing something in person with somebody, right? So again, the addiction can carry from a bunch of different things, right? Because there's some people who, I'll tell you right, that's why the categories on those online websites are massive. There's, you can look up Latinas, white girls, BBW, gay, bi, like you name it, multiple orgies. Like you can look up the search is endless in those. So whatever flavor his stuff is, he's gonna look for it. So that's why I'm saying, like, it could be that too. So he can do it with his partner. Exactly. He can do it with his partner, but that also comes down to the relationship too. Are you trying new things with has he asked you, hey, let's try this? As long as it's reasonable and you're like, okay, yeah, let's try it. But if he brings up something and you don't want to try it, you know, maybe that could have led to it. But again, it's a lot more. You need a lot more context, because he could have been addicted to these videos before you guys even got together. He could have been watching these as a kid, right? Because I remember I had a buddy who, when we were teenagers, he's the one that showed me some like online websites, and I felt like he watched them a little too much, right? And it could start from there. Like that could be where the addiction started from. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that could be a possibility. And then ever since then, every relationship he's been in, he's been watching these videos too. So again, have that conversation with him, and you're gonna have to give him an ultimatum, because if he's not fixing himself, It's gonna be a even bigger problem later on. Ana Rosa, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right, next question. 42, separated since June and started dating. Met an old high school friend. We hit it off great. His ex got my phone number and called me. They were on the same phone plan. Anyway, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Well, earlier last month, I get a text from another female asking if I'm with her man. See, this is why you gotta be careful, because some guys can tell you that they're single. Some guys can tell you that they're not seeing anybody, and there's no real way, because if you're out, he's out, and you meet somebody, and then you're like, oh, okay, he said he was single. You're taking, whatever he said, to be true. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing you could have done. And I would just be honest with the girl and just be like, hey, like, this is what happened. Get mad at your man. I met him here. He asked for my number, or this is the way we communicated. He never mentioned anything about having a girl, having a wife, or anything like that. Sorry that I overstepped my bound. Sorry I did that. I had no ill will to do anything like with a taken person. And then just leave it how it is. If she wants to continue to be upset, then continue to be upset. But if you didn't know, and you told her that you didn't know, and she still wants to be upset at you, she's mad at the wrong person. She should be mad at her man. I would send her screenshots. There's no question. Absolutely. Hello, Queen. Keeping receipts too, just in case. Because you never, you can be like, here you go. Here's the proof. Do with it what you will. Oh yeah, some are sneaky. Mine paid my phone bill for years and was in a whole other relationship. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just take everything with a grain of salt. But if you knowingly that, like, if you knew that he was in a relationship and you were talking to him, okay, that's when you're in the wrong. But if you didn't know, what are you supposed to do? And tell her that too. Be like, shit, my bad. I didn't know. Like, don't worry. I ain't gonna talk to him no more. So he got caught. All right. Long story short, I got played by this man. Will not leave me alone. Says he's sorry and is begging to fix this. What do I do? Now, if you got played and now he's begging to fix it, he's panicking because what? Like, he fucked it up. He shouldn't have fucked it up to begin with, right? And depending on what being played meant, like being played that he was with somebody else, he was talking to other people, he'll probably do it again. He just got caught and he'll probably do that again. So that's why you got to be careful, because especially if they did it early on in a relationship, like early on in a relationship where they're supposed to be giving you all this attention, all this, trying to court you, and then they play you in some, like, whatever it means. I feel like they're only going to do it again. They're just in panic mode because they got caught. Yup. What do you think of the honey packs? Have you ever tried them? Not the honey packs. I've heard of them. I've seen other people take them. I actually ordered something which I thought were the honey packs, but they were not the honey packs. They were just like energy honey things. So, because I wanted to try it, experiment it, and then give you guys the results from it. But it was not those type of honey packs. It's a honey pack, but it's a honey pack of energy. So I'll try to find them, and then I'll give them a use, and come back with the experiment details, the results. How's your parent, by the way? What? How's my parents? My parents are great. All right. My parents are great. They're actually in Mexico right now, enjoying their home they have built out there. So they're having a great time. It's hot. I'll get them, Poppy. We can use them. I think I bought mine, or the ones that I thought were honey packs, off of TikTok. But that was me being, well, I saw them and I don't know. I don't remember what I saw. And I ended up buying them. And then when I got them, it was just like for energy. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? I was buying them for a different reason, clearly, but I'll have to get the right ones. That way I can come back and let you guys know. All right, next question. Met a guy, we hook up every once in a while. When we do, there is tons of foreplay, oral involved, but he only wants to F me from behind or when I'm on the side. When I say let me get on top, or if he tries to pull him to missionary, etc., he says no next time. This happens every time. S is great, but I mean, that could be his, like, the positions that he really likes and it really turns him on. But if, and it kind of sounds like you guys are a sneaky link / friends with benefits, because you said that you guys meet up every once in a while, right? I feel like he's just there to get his. He wants to do the positions that he wants, and then, you know, and then goes from there. He really doesn't care about what you want, because you tell him, hey, let me do this, hey, let me do this, but he doesn't want you to do it. So that's why I'm saying, when it's kind of like a sneaky link, friends with benefits type of situation, you're only there to fulfill your needs, right? Like, you're there for needs, he's there for needs. And so of course he's going to want to do the things that he likes to do. Like, he's not going to, there's some guys who will be like, oh, what do you like? What do you like? But I think he's just there to get what he wants. And if you haven't, at least tell him too. Be like, hey, how come like we don't do it in this? Like, I would really love to do it in this position or something like this. Because it's kind of hard. You said the S is great. I could be like, oh, go find somebody else that is gonna let you do different things. But what if the S is horrible with them, right? And then you're like, fuck, I'll take whatever I was getting because it was way better. So sometimes you gotta pick and choose your battles, because we can't have it all. There's some people who like certain things that don't like certain things. Like, say you go and look for somebody else and he ends up being super big, right? And you're just like, fuck. So again, I think if you brought it up to him already and there's no real results, like, he doesn't change, he's just there to get his. Or if you haven't brought it up, tell him. There's nothing wrong with telling him. All right, next question. Am I wrong, but I still went ahead with sleeping with a guy that would take his ring off due to his wife not being in the country, especially now he texts to hang out since 2 months of not talking? No, bye. Were you wrong? Absolutely. Were you wrong to sleep with somebody knowing that they had a wife, knowing that he had a ring on his finger, and he took it off just because his wife, just because there's a border, it means that he's single? Like, is that what you're trying to say? Like, tell me? So if you're trying to tell me that if I have a girlfriend in Arizona and I go to fucking Utah, if I go to California, I'm single now? Like, is that what you're saying? If I go to Mexico, I'm single now? No, absolutely not. So were you in the wrong? Absolutely. Imagine how that lady feels too, right? Like, money buys morals every time. Due to his wife not being in the countries, and he's just using that as an excuse. Oh, my wife isn't here, so technically, like, I'm single or I can do things. No, don't. Because if he makes excuses for her, imagine if he was with you, like the type of excuses he would make with somebody else, right? So I would just say, like, if you knowing this, it's better just to cut it off now. You know, it's just better to cut it off now, because that's cheating no matter what. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like, you can be across the sea too. Hey, thank you, Aurora, for the gift. I see you, girl. It doesn't matter if you're across the country. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you're with somebody in a relationship, like boyfriend or girlfriend or husband and wife, and you step out of that relationship, it is cheating. It doesn't matter where you're at. And how do you know when she's out of the country? Really? Exactly. He could just be saying, hey, she's out of the country, and she probably down the block, right? She's like, imagine she's like down the street, and he's like, oh, it's because she's out of the country. I appreciate you respecting marital boundaries. Too many people do not. And see, that's Edgar now. I've told you, I've mentioned it to you guys before that in the past, you know, Edgar didn't care. And I didn't give a fuck if you were in a relationship or not, right? But that was young Edgar. We're a lot grown now. We're a lot better now, and we're growing as humans. We're maturing, and that now is definitely a no-no. All right. Oh, somebody asked me where they can ask questions. I've seen it several times now. If you guys follow me on IG, once a month I post. Yeah, I post the anonymous question link, and then you guys can ask questions, right? And you'll be featured on the lives, right? So I do these I do them once a month, where I post the anonymous link, and then you guys can ask questions, and then we do it here. The reason I don't post it all the time is because I get an influx of questions, and then trying to organize them all throughout the month, and it's just a lot of work. So I'd rather, when it gets close to the end of the month, I'll post a link up. You guys can ask questions, and here we go, right? So that's how you ask questions. All right, next one. Didn't go back because he only lasted 3 minutes. I mean, to be fair, you're getting a lot more than a lot of girls. There's some girls who their guy lasts like 2-3 pumps. Just saying. Like, act like I'm lying. Can somebody please, on here, have you ever had a 1 or 2 pump or even 3 pump chump? Somebody let me know, okay? What exactly does that mean? Why do men bust so quickly? 3 minutes. Sheesh, LOL. I'm trying to see if somebody has had like a 2 pumper, 3 pumper, even a 1 pumper, even a no pumper. See, look, Chrissy says I've been with a 2 pump chump. See, I'm telling you, it happens. That's why I'm saying like 3 pumps is sad. Me 5 minutes. 3 minutes is actually a lot more than what some girls get. But yes, 2 pumps. Glogo says 2 pumps. 30 seconds. They get excited. Absolutely. And so it totally depends on the person, right? His complaint, I was too tight. I still thought it was kind of cute. Yeah, you thought it was cute now, right? But imagine 5 years down the relationship and he's still 2 pumping it. It's not going to be so cute. It's because some guys get super excited, right? If they get super excited, imagine they've been trying to court you or they've been trying to get with you, and then all of a sudden, finally it's going to happen. They're all excited, and then they slide it in and they're like, what the fuck is happening? Boom. And has it happened to your boy? Absolutely. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know how to explain it. Like all of a sudden the feeling came out of nowhere and I'm like, what the fuck? So if it happens, like if you get it like a 2-3 pump chumper in the beginning, maybe they were just excited, give them a little bit more time. But also like 3 minutes, is there any foreplay going on? Is there anything else going on? Or is it just straight sliding it in? Because is it 3 minutes of only just like straight action? Because if you add some foreplay, some other stuff into it, you should be around the 5 to 10 minute mark, like minimum, right? 5 to 10 minute mark minimum. But if you're just like straight sliding it in, because 3 minutes, there's not enough time for foreplay. Like you literally got to go down fast on him, maybe him on you. No kissing going on, no warming up the oven, no nothing going on. Like it's just straight into it. I love foreplay and making out. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, it sounds like there was none of that. Because if there's some making out, some foreplay going on, again, 5 to 10 minutes at least. But if you're like 3 minutes in, like what is going on? Then ladies complain when they take too long. She should come first. Then it doesn't matter as much. True too. That should be the goal every time for the guy, is to make sure she finishes, right? Because some guys can't get the girl to that point, and that should be the main objective. After she finishes, then guess what? Now it's your turn. Now you have permission to go. Mine was 4 minutes play. He even started to shake, and 1 or 2 pumps exploded. Oh shit. Excuse me. But that's why I always say the girl should be first. and then followed by the guy. And so, fellas, I know you guys are in here. I see you guys popping in. It shows me your guys' names and your profile pics. Clearly, I can tell it's a guy. The lady should finish first. That should be your goal. And it takes us women forever sometimes to finish. That's true, too. But it also, I think it comes down to what's going on, right? What is going on in the, like, in the intimacy? Are you doing things that she likes that gets her off? Are you doing those type of stuff, you know? Because if you're not, then that's why obviously some girls take a little bit longer too. Because imagine if your guy is doing a bunch of stuff that really turns you on and gets you off. So, are you sick? Well, not really. I do have like a runny nose and a small cough just because my little brother, he came for New Year's and he was kind of sick, decided to get me kind of sick and then fucking took off. Like, that's all he came for. No, just joking. But yeah, I think I got it from my little brother because he was here this past. Well, he was here for New Year's. So he left on Saturday. All right, next question. Why does he keep ghosting me when I'm starting to be okay with the whole thing he messages me? See, that's your problem right there, girl. If he keeps messaging, why don't you have him blocked? Because you clearly said he keeps ghosting me because you keep letting him. After the first ghost, he should have been blocked. Like, why is he not blocked? Why is he not, where he can't message you? So that's why he continues to message you, and that's why you continue to go back because you fall for whatever he says, right? You're like, oh, maybe this time it's gonna work out, and then all of a sudden he ghosts you again, and you're just like, why do you ghost me again? No, he's just playing games. We gotta have a little bit more self-respect like that. If somebody ghosts me, I'd be like, all right, cool. But if you came back and then you ghosted me again, trust me, your ass is being blocked. Downhill, what's up, bro? It's annoying when they come back, absolutely. And then they give you the dumbest excuse too. They'll be like, my fucking hamster squirrel's brother's cousin fucking got the flu and I had to go watch him, and then I had a goldfish that was pregnant, had 15 kids, and I had to take care of them, and then I had to go sell, they'll give you the dumbest excuses, and then you go back. And you, oh, okay, yeah, that's true, 15 goldfish, like pet goldfish, I get it, makes sense, I'll go back. No, stop falling for the stupid excuses. Like, and especially if they ghost you just out of nowhere. They ghosted you for a reason. It wasn't just because they, for no reason, and then they come back like nothing happened. Remember this. People choose not to respond. People choose not to neglect somebody in a relationship. That it is all a choice. You know how some people feel neglected in a relationship? They're not doing it because they're being forced by somebody else to neglect you. They're doing it because they're choosing to neglect you in a relationship. They're choosing to ghost you. They're choosing to now come back out of nowhere. No. Just remember that. He chose to ghost you. Don't go back. When a man is interested in, there's no space for ghosting. Absolutely. That's what I always say. Pay attention to the actions. If his actions were ghosting, clearly how he feels towards you. Sometimes when you tell them the truth, why you can't, they still get mad. Well, the thing is with guys have a very fragile ego, and trust me, I was like that in the past too. Ego was very fragile. And so anything, if you tell us that we did something wrong, if you tell us that we were not very good in bed, if you tell us something, the littlest things, it hurts our egos, because I remember back in the day, and the only reason I was able to learn so much stuff with video and photo was because I removed ego aside. I always, in the beginning, you feel like you do everything right. And then when someone tells you they didn't like what you did, it kind of hurts. But then I was like, no. I have to accept that not everybody's going to like what I do. And so then I just started learning how to do it better, and it helps you grow. But that's what I'm saying. Guys' egos are very fragile. So maybe he's in another relationship. That too. He broke up with the girl again and he came back to you. All right, next question. My ex was sleeping with men. What? My ex was sleeping with men and women our whole relationship, but not sleeping with me. Why do he do that? What was wrong with me? The girl, there was nothing wrong with you. That man was confused. That man clearly wanted both sides, all the entire cake, right? He wanted everything. He wanted the cake that he wasn't supposed to have or thought he wasn't supposed to have. He wanted it all. He wanted all the flavors. And I'm glad you found out that this was happening to you, because I'm hoping you left, because he was able to do this to you. Not only was he cheating on you with other women, he was cheating on you with other men. And which I don't know how I would feel about that, right? Like getting cheated on with the both sexes, right? Like maybe make you feel a type of way, but it sucks that you went through that, because right at the end of the question you said, what is wrong with me? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. He's the one that he can't commit to somebody. He wants all the flavors. He wants to have, both sex, like he wants all that. My ex did that and I left. See, Angelica, her ex was doing that too. And that's why you got to leave, because I know some of you guys mentioned STDs is a huge thing, especially if he's swapping multiple partners, and on top of that, switching multiple partners that are of the same, same sex. It's you're way more likely to catch something, than somebody else. So hopefully you got tested. Hopefully you'll get checked, and hopefully you left that relationship, because it sounds like a melting pot of disaster waiting to happen. So, because there was this similar situation. This girl, she was married, and then she found out her ex now husband was cheating on her with a bunch of guys. And I'm not joking about this. She actually got I think it was HIV from it. And this is where I learned about the whole non-transmittable HIV, because I guess that's what she had. So anytime she has a partner now, she has to let them know, hey, this is what I have. We can talk to my doctor if you want to talk to him. We can do this. And like, it's as long as I'm on medication, you'll be fine, right? And that's where they got it. That's where she got it from, was because her man was cheating on her with other guys. And so that's why I'm saying you got to be careful, because now she's in this situation because of that guy. I don't know if she stayed longer than she should have. I don't know if she caught him multiple times, because if she did, that's kind of her fault too for not leaving when she first found this out. So that's why, like, if you're going through this type of situation, who knows how many times he's doing it unprotected with these other people? Who knows how many other people there are? You could just think it's one girl, one guy. What if it's like several girls and several different guys? So that's why you got to be careful. Some men say that they cheat or talk to other women because they have an addiction. What do you think? No, they're blaming it on an addiction. If they really had an addiction, why not go get it fixed, right? That's kind of dumb saying, like, hey, the reason I cheat is because I have an addiction to what? To cheat? No. Like, that's not a valid excuse for me. If a girl told me, oh, I have an addiction to having intimacy, this is why I cheat, I'd be like, all right, cool, whatever, like, we're done. It's not that easy. Yep, you don't know who those people are been sleeping with. Absolutely. Yes, I know it's not easy leaving a person. I get it. But my ex, all he cared about was my past relationship. Sounds like you had somebody who was probably pretty jealous or insecure about themselves. Especially if, like, your past relationships were always an issue. I've noticed that some guys get upset because of girls' previous relationships. Like, that had nothing to do with them. They get upset that they were with some other guy. Like, they were never with another girl for some reason, right? Everybody has a past. Everybody's dated other people, and that's fine. Whatever's in the past, leave it in the past. And whatever you guys are doing now, just rock with that person from right now. Like, no need to bring up old shit, okay? Yes, I was always throwing it in my face. Yeah, seeing like that's like I said, that's something that I noticed that a lot of guys are like jealous or like insecure about it, and they get upset. Imagine, oh, them getting upset that you dated so and so because like that was just in the past. Nothing you can do now. That'd be funny. Like I get like if I would get yelled at for dating somebody in the past, I'd be like, "What? I didn't know like y'all was gonna meet you. What the fuck?" What do you think with guys having a lot of girls on their profile viewing them? And hold on, what do you think with guys having a lot of girls on their profile and viewing them? What do you mean though? Like him following a lot of guys or girls, or a lot of girls following him, or do they do it to cheat or talk to somebody else? I don't understand that question. Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's up, girl? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? I'm trying to see both. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't control who follows you. You know, people follow you. It's like me being on here and then the majority of the people who follow me are girls. You know what I mean? But I'm not here like hitting everybody up, be like, what's up, girl? How's it going? No, like just the content I make attracts more females than males. We do get guys that follow me too, but it's mainly girls that follow me. Like, you know, now if it's the other way around, like if he's following a bunch of girls, if he's single, let him do whatever he wants. He's single, right? Let him do whatever he wants. But if he's in a relationship with you, that those behaviors should change, right? He shouldn't be following all these models and stuff like that, and even reaching out to them or messaging them or commenting on their photos, right? So this is why you have to talk with your person. But followers, you can't really get upset because of their followers, right? Say you start making content and you're a girl, right? And then you have a bunch of guys that follow you. Like depending on what you're putting out too, the guy shouldn't get mad that a bunch of guys follow you. You know, depending on what you're posting. If you're posting stuff like me, that content related, like relationship, intimacy, exes, toxic stuff like that, there's no issue. Now, if you're posting thirst traps all the time, okay, I like maybe that's a little different, because maybe the guy's upset that he other guys are trying to message you or talk to you. You know, it's a bunch of different things, right? So, all right, next question. I'm an older woman who is technically never been with a man but plays with big toys and knows my body well and what I like. Why is it when a guy finds out they walk away? I'm and kiki as fuck, but I don't want to just be a hoe. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. You just don't want to be catching bodies out here, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And if it makes them leave or like take off, cool. You didn't need them to begin with. Because it's funny because some guys will be like, oh, I need a girl who's never been with other guys, and then say they meet you and they're like, maybe not. Or maybe you freak them out because of the size of the toys that you have. But there's always the right person for the right, you know, there's always someone for somebody, right? And if you scare them off, cool, whatever. You're eventually going to find the person that's going to be just for you and match your energy. And maybe if you do have these toys, are you showing them right away? I would just recommend maybe not showing them. Because imagine saying like, oh, I'm a virgin, and then like they come over to your house and it's like the 50 Shades of Grey bedroom. A guy's going to feel, he's going to be like, what the fuck? You said that you weren't with anybody. This looks way different here. Because to be honest, if a girl told me that and then I showed up to her place and she had all this, I'd be a little intimidated. I'd be like, or lied, not intimidated, but lied to. I'd be like, I think she lied to me. So, Bell's Beauty, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, girl. Maybe don't use your toys for 2 days before. It's 14-year age gap. I'm 44 and he's 31. I mean, it's not bad, you know. Like, you know when they say age is not just a number? Absolutely. But what are his plans? Does he want kids? Does he like, what is he looking to do in life? You know what I mean? Like, because if he wants kids, then guess what? You're a little bit older, and he's a little bit younger. And if kids is on his list, he's gonna want kids. It's not gonna go away. What if he's not ready to have kids right now? What if he wants to wait a little bit, and then you get older? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to talk about goals in life and see what you guys need, because if that's not his goal, then okay, cool, right? Make it work. But do you think having kids when you get older, say you get 50, do you think it's smart having kids that late in life? And I'm not just saying like you're old, you can't. I'm saying by the time they turn, if you have them at 50, by the time they turn 15, you're gonna be 65. Like, they can't even play with you, So that's what I'm saying. Talk to your person about what his goals are, what his intentions are, what he wants out of life. Because if like certain things like that he wants to do, right, you might not be able to give it to him. All right, next question. Got with my husband young and have 4 kids. I'm 35. While it looks like we have a perfect life, I am struggling quietly. I feel like my relationship with my hubby is like we're roommates. It doesn't help that I'm not attracted to him anymore either. Looking for suggestions on to what to do to improve things. And see, and this is what happens over time. Being in a relationship where neither you or him is putting in effort into the relationship. You guys grow apart. It happens. And to blame for this is probably both of y'all. And if he's willing to fix it and you're willing to fix it, couples therapy, couples counseling is the way to go. Because there's nothing none of us can say on here or do that's going to change it. You guys both need to get together and have a conversation with somebody and figure out what your guys' issues are. And maybe you guys learn that we did grow apart. We don't love each other anymore. And now guess what? Maybe we should just separate it. Okay? Maybe because that may be the best option, is separating. Because I'm not saying every relationship can be fixed, but it can be fixed if both people want to fix it. And wanting to fix it is not just saying, I want to fix it. Wanting to fix it is actually putting in the work to fix it. Going to these therapy classes, these counseling, going to that, putting an effort into your person, like where you guys are struggling. Because if you guys are just feeling like roommates now, like how much more longer do you want to feel like that? Be in a relationship where you don't even feel wanted, you don't feel sexy, you don't feel appreciated. And I'm sure it's the same for him. Maybe he doesn't feel wanted anymore. Maybe he's just comfortable. Like there could be a bunch of issues. Maybe he's getting it from somewhere else too. That could also be an option. What if he's has a secret relationship going on? What if he's hooking up with somebody else? You don't know. So that's why the best thing that you can do is have that conversation with him, with somebody else too, and see if this can even be fixed, right? Because what if you said, I want to put in effort to fix it, and he also says, but you're the only one putting in effort, and he's not putting in no effort. Clearly, he's showing you that he's not trying to fix it. So this is why you need to have somebody like a third party, therapist, counselor, to help you guys with this, because they're going to be able to ask the right questions and actually get to know you. I just know you based off a little question that you just asked me. So I can't really just be like, oh, do this, and this, and voila, you're good. So what is she not attracted about? Need to communicate, date again? Absolutely. But sometimes it may be a little bit too late, because I know I mentioned this before. This is why it's crucial to have date night with your person, and it should be implemented from the very get-go. My 7.5-year relationship, my longest one, we were like obviously going through some things, and we implemented date night too late. Like it was way too late. It really didn't do anything. We weren't consistent with it. It wasn't part of a routine or anything like that. Like it would just, we were so easy to be like, oh, next week, right? Oh, next week. And then it just led for the relationship to go downhill even more. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get into a relationship with somebody, it doesn't end like trying to court them, trying to work on the relationship. The moment she's your girlfriend, he's your boyfriend, or she's your wife, or he's your husband, it doesn't end there. So, and that's what happens is when people get into relationships and they've been with them for a while, they feel like, oh, I got them already, so like I don't even have to try, or they stop trying. No, you getting into a relationship, just know now it's a never-ending thing that you have to do, put in work into, invest into, because the moment you stop investing into that relationship, it's gonna go sour somewhere. And I'm not saying like be the way you were, because in the beginning everybody goes hardcore. Most people go hardcore into like seeing each other all the time, like doing this, that puppy love, honeymoon phase. But what I'm just saying, stay consistent with your partner over time. Still do date night. It doesn't matter if you have kids. Drop them off with the grandparents. Get a babysitter, because trust me, whatever you spend on a babysitter, it is worth more than like having your relationship falling apart. So, is it too late when someone else is in the picture? I think so. If somebody else is already in the picture, because how can I explain this? When you have, again, I'm just giving a small analogy. When I was a kid, we would, like, when we had the video games, I had a game, right? And it was fun. And then when you got the new game, you wanted to play the new game. You really didn't go back to the old one because you're like, I got the new game. So, and that's what I mean with in a relationship. This was the old game, and then now there's somebody new that is actually putting an effort into them, like newer, making them feel wanted. Do you really want to go back? Do you really want to fix what was over here? Again, it could depend on the person. Maybe they do have a lot of feelings for this old person, and then they'll go back. But you also have to remember, if they're with somebody new and they're getting treated way better, if they're actually being seen, feeling wanted, do you really think that they're gonna go back to? So like, if you're speaking for yourself, like say you want to fix it with your person and you've been treating your person like shit all the time, do you really think that she's gonna come back to somebody who's been treating her like shit and just says that they're gonna fix it? You know what I mean? So it totally depends on your situation. I have checked out, and now guys are in my DMs. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's always somebody out there that's gonna try to, like, if you're with somebody right now, there's always another girl that wants your man. There's always another guy that wants your girl. And the moment you stop putting an effort into that person, and she can be taken away, he can be taken away from you. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a continuous effort to put into, like, effort into your person. It doesn't matter if you've been together 1 year. It doesn't matter if you guys been together for 10 years. The moment you guys stop, it could lead to disaster. And that's what happens most of the time, like, oh, we were great, and then all of a sudden they got comfortable. They don't do this, they don't do that, because they got comfortable. They stopped trying. They felt like they got you already. Like, why do I have to keep trying? No, because you want to keep this person. When you get into a relationship with somebody, it's like, if this is a serious person in your life, like, why would you think it's a short-term type of thing? Short-term type of effort. I was in a situationship for 4 years. I let him go, and now he won't stop begging me to see. No, see, that's why he had his chance. He had 4 years. 4 years. And now he wants to start trying. Now all of a sudden, now you want to be coming around? No, absolutely not. All right, next question. I smashed and I didn't go back because he couldn't get it up through text messages. He was like, oh, I'm so hard, but in person, it never got hard. He even got mad at me. Keep me anonymous. Girl, you're anonymous. But see, it's difficult to be able to know that over just text messages, right? Because of course the guy's not going to be like, yo, like, I could get it pretty hard, but it's kind of limpy right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really much action going on. But trust me, if I was there, rock solid. So, And I don't understand, like, if a guy is going through that type of situation, why would you, knowing that you're going through that, knowing that you're still out there trying to pursue somebody, or you're trying to get in the bedroom with somebody, right? Instead of being like, I don't want this to happen, this shit is embarrassing, or maybe this time it's not gonna happen. No, if it's happened before in the past, trust me, buddy, it's gonna happen again. If as long as you're not doing anything about it, it's gonna be a problem. So why not fix it? You know, and fellas, it's okay if you're going through issues like that. Thousands of men go through it. And if you are going through something like that, that's why you go to the doctor. That's why you go your levels checked, your hormones, figure out what's going on, because, you know, if you can figure out what's causing that and fixing it, trust me, like, why not fix it? Instead of showing up and then being like, well, hopefully we can get this running, because it's just going to make you look bad. And if you're in a small town, trust me, everybody gonna talk. Everyone gonna be like, yo, so-and-so, there's solutions. There's absolutely a shit ton of solutions, you know? But the thing is, like, some guys have so much pride or ego, or they're scared to do it because they're embarrassed. They don't do anything. They're afraid to go reach out to a doctor. They're afraid to, you know, look into different resources to try to help them out. But guess what? There's plenty of guys who go and look for this stuff and are doing a lot better because they went and found solutions. They went and started doing solutions instead of just not doing anything. So, all right, next question. I love getting my caressed, made out with, not just eaten out with. That sensation is incredible, and girl. And trust me when I say there is a difference between making out with it and just like giving a few licks, okay? There's a difference between making out with it and just doing a few little licks to it, because you'll get different reactions if you do it correctly. If you treat it properly, the body will start moving in certain ways. And then you know what I mean? Like, this is how you can pay attention, fellas. If you do something and you get like a twitch, something happens with their body, guess what? They probably enjoyed that part, you know? And if you're doing something that's not so hot for them, they're probably just going to be like, hey, like, can we just do this now? Or something along those lines, right? Because if they're trying to rush the process down there on you, you might be struggling somewhere, okay? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's the case every time, but I'm just saying it could be that. Do exes come back just to see how you're doing? Is that a thing? Absolutely. There's some, Myra, ¿cómo estás? There's some exes who just come back just to keep tabs on you, see who you're talking to, see what's going on, see if they still have access to you. That's another thing. They want to have, like, boost their ego and be like, she's still talking to me. She still answers me. We still hook up. So, but the best thing that you could do is just leave exes in the past. The past is the past, and that's where we leave it. Okay? We leave the past in the past. If it didn't work out, cool, whatever. Have a great life. Hopefully you're successful, happy, whatever the case, but just leave me alone. When an ex says hello after years of silence, tells my group of friends to give him a heads up. No. When an ex says hello after a few, no. Stay wherever you were at. Stay wherever you're at. We don't need that type of energy over here. Okay. If somebody were to ever tell me, hey, your ex said this, or hey, your ex is reaching out to see how you're doing, I'd be like, first of all, tell her to keep my name out of her fucking mouth. But I want nothing to do with that. The past is the past. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. What makes you think that for some odd reason, it's going to blossom into something beautiful now? So, hey, I love your shirt. Thank you. ¿Cómo estás, guapo? Sorry, you're sick. Feel better. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, my little brother got me sick. We'll blame him. Exes are exes for a reason. That's what I'm saying. Exes are exes for a reason. All right, we're going to do one more question. My man of 10 years hasn't been the best guy to me. He's controlling and he gaslights. For me, things aren't real or true. He says he doesn't trust me. He's jealous and possessive. I have never cheated, but now I've lost interest in him. Do you think it's possible to regain that spark? He says he's unhappy. Well, guess what? You're unhappy too. You know, he's unhappy, you're unhappy. And you knowing that he's controlling, gaslighting, he gets upset over all these. Like, why are you still with him? Like, I get it, you guys been together for 10 years. But if you guys really want to fix these issues, sorry, I got it like a tickle this time. If you guys really want to fix these issues, you guys should both want to like get some sort of counseling, some therapy, or anything like that. Because, oh shit, I got a weird tickle. Because I would not want to be with somebody who is very controlling, gaslights the shit out of you. Like, you don't even trust this person. Like, they don't trust you. Like, you feel like you're not even in the relationship anymore. Like, clearly you're not in the relationship. You said that that you lost interest in him. That's what it says. That you lost interest in him. What if he's done the same and you're just staying there? That kind of person will drain you. Absolutely. Yeah, that kind of person will drain you, and it will suck the life out of you. Meaning, like, you'll become a shell version of yourself. We've all seen it. Like, you know how there's some people who you're like, oh, they're not even the same. They're just, they feel like they're just a shell. Yeah, because they stay in this type of relationship where it's no good for them. Like, it's no good for them at all. But they stay there, and it just drains the soul out of them. It's comfort at that point, not love. Absolutely. It definitely is comfort at that point. Like, you're so used to being in this relationship. You're afraid of leaving. You're afraid of what's next. You're afraid of the unknown. Some people are afraid of being judged. Be like, oh, you guys were together 10 years and they separated. Who cares? Yep, I wasted 19 years on a guy like that. That's what I'm saying. Don't be wasting your good years on them. You know, like, whatever age you are, this is your good years because you're alive, you're healthy. You can still go out there and find somebody who's going to treat you great. It only gets better once you leave. See, and that's what I'm saying. It only gets better. But first you got to get out. And that's the difficult part, you know, that because I've known some people that been in these type of situations. The hard part is getting out. And I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it can be done, you know. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A lot of unhappiness, time to go. Absolutely. Like, I've been in a relationship where I was not happy. They were not happy. Trust me, it sucks the soul out of you. Not to that point, like whole gaslight, like that type of stuff, but just like toxic relationships, they'll suck the soul out of you, you know, and then you just become a shell version of yourself. You can see it in the person. They're not even happy or as energetic as they were and things like that. So definitely pay attention to that. So, but yes, we still got plenty of questions left. We're going to continue them on Thursdays. For those that don't know, every Mondays and Thursdays, I go live at 7 p.m. Well, is it Pacific Standard Time still? But I know it says 8, but it's actually 7 p.m. I need to fix that. But Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we go live. We answer these questions, and it's a lot of fun. And hopefully this Thursday, I get rid of whatever I got. That way, like, I'm not sitting here coughing right on the live. Imagine I'm all coughing all over you guys. That'd be funny. But if you haven't listened to today's podcast episode, definitely go check it out too. Link is in the bio. Uncomfortable Combos. If you guys haven't checked it out, today's podcast episode is being too understanding for certain things and how it can affect you. It can affect them. And then I actually talk about how to fix it and get past being too understanding, because it can take a lot on your mental health. So definitely check that out. It came out today. Video versions, Spotify, YouTube, or any audio platform. We're on there. New episodes every Monday. So definitely check it out. Gargle salt and water. Definitely going to do that here in a little bit. That way I can fix this little tickle that I got going on. It just happened right now out of nowhere. Got this weird tickle that made me want to cough, keep coughing. So But I will see you guys on Thursday. Make sure you guys put the notifications on so you guys can come and join your boy. And if you guys missed this live, it's gonna be on YouTube tomorrow. So after I do the questions, I always upload the YouTube or the live onto YouTube so you guys can rewatch it. So, but anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Se la lavan, because I can smell you from here.